All right, this is a buddy of mine. His name's Jess, and had some acquaintance earlier in life. Just a moment ago, I was asking him just about what he's doing with his life and career and things like that, because he's doing school. And then we got on the topic of faith, and he had a really good indicator that I had kind of been looking for. I had prayed primarily just that the Lord would use and provide an opportunity, use Jess and provide an opportunity to share a thought or two. So we're going to talk about that. So what did you said about churches, man?
I just can't walk into a church without having an overwhelming sense of something is wrong, and doesn't so much have to do with how the church is established, the organization, the programs, because you're never going to find the right church. But it's like there's these dogs that they give to some people who have really bad epilepsy. Like the dog,
Yeah.
you can go to the person and sense when the seizure's going to happen before the seizure happens, and warn the person. And
It's good.
I don't think that I'm warning anybody, but I feel like I'm a dog, and I feel like there's a seizure that's going to happen to the church. Like God's going to shake things up, but I don't. That's as far as I know. It just something feels awry. So
That's good. That's good. And has that been something you felt like for a while, or just
it's probably
recently?
been between 6 months and a year. Yeah. So nothing. It's not like something I got from childhood or anything.
Right.
It's just been a recent thing.
Yeah.
General upset stomach,
It's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I feel a general sense of maybe some urgency as well. I don't know what language you put to it. So, now, have you been a believer most of your life?
No, I came to a saving understanding of who the Lord is, and we kind of agreed on who He was and what sin was and what how awful I was. 5 or 6 years ago. It's 2011, so that was around 2004. So I guess almost 7 years then. And then like things have, my life just kind of got turned upside down after that, and it's just been a roller coaster ride, I guess.
You live in Siloam. You have a wife and a couple kids, right?
Yep.
Some people would call this a pretty religious community. And some people would contrast that at times, thinking of dead religion with spirituality. And I'm just wondering, when I say some of those things, like, what do you think Siloam could use as a community who would be perceived as a very religious one?
Whitewashed sepulchers comes to mind. I don't want to come across as judgmental. That's just what comes into my mind. But this is Siloam. That name comes from the scripture, and we have the springs in Siloam that are poisonous now. Scripturally, the springs of Siloam were quite the opposite. And I think there's going to be a time when the springs of Siloam here in Siloam, maybe not physically, maybe the actual water themselves, but definitely the springs that flow from the bellies of the people here that God works through are going to be refreshed, renewed, and the poison's going to be washed out.
And that's good. That's really good. I appreciate you being honest with me, Jess. And maybe the Lord will have an opportunity to use this to maybe stir some people or inspire some. And then if there would be like a prayer that you would have for the Lord's purpose and His grace in the city, what would that be?
Oh, I know that one real clear. I think that the transformation starts with the heart of a man, not mankind, but men. I think that that the Lord needs to transform the hearts of men and turn men back into men, because the family is the core of society, and the marriage is the core of the family, and we need men to be men again and not making all the bad decisions that they make.
Yeah, poor leadership, no fathers type of issue.
Yeah, no, poor leadership, no leadership. Yeah, I mean, what's a family without? A family has to have all of the working parts, and if not, it's just kind of like it's a broken down machine. And the Lord can work through anything, but there's an ideal way.
Yeah.
And we want to get the hearts of men transformed so that they can be the leaders that God hoped they would.
It's good stuff, man. That's so good. All right, I appreciate some of your time. This is Justin, just sitting here chatting with Jess, and I hope that inspires a few people.